Michael Borbina, Lee County, Riverdale High School IB Spanish teacher. Facilitate. It starts with the Spanish word fácil, easy in Spanish. Facilitate means to make things easy or easier. Difícil. It means difficult in Spanish. And that is what me and my colleagues, we feel like this legislation is up to. Difficilitating. Democracy is 50% plus one. That's how you win elections. That is how we have our electors here. Why make us have 60% to keep our unions unless you are moving the goalpost on us, intentionally difficilitating? Now I have to report back to my colleagues in Lee County that this legislation, HB 995, is going to further frustrate our right to assemble, guaranteed to us in the U.S. Constitution's First Amendment. And having just heard it, I got to ask, if we have 50% of people in the union paying dues, isn't that a vote for the union when you're paying for it? Isn't that a vote in support? And if the unions are so anti-worker, why not let the workers show up to vote to say that they don't want one and make that what the 50% threshold is? Thank you.
Thank you. Yes, I live in Orlando, teach in Osceola. I'm a 5th grade teacher. I've been teaching reading for 8 years. And what brought me to Tallahassee was not this bill. I came up here because I have some concerns about student safety, about their access to quality learning materials, about their ability to get every minute out of the day and to have time to decompress. And so I struggle with this bill because I don't know what it's trying to do for me. It's not meeting any needs for my kids. It's not meeting any needs for me as a professional. Our union went through our certification vote this year, and 99% was the approval rating to keep our union. So we voted, we gave everything, our voice is very clear that we want to keep our rights to bargain, and I just feel like this doesn't address any needs that we really have. As you mentioned, you guys voted it down with bipartisan support last year, so we just hope to keep that and vote this bill down again this year. Thank you so much.
Hello, esteemed committee members. My name is Michelle Austin Rodriguez, and I am a middle school teacher at a Title I school in Osceola County. I am also a proud member of my union and serve as union representative at my school. My duty as rep is to advocate for my fellow educators, and that is what I am here to do today. I strongly urge this committee to oppose HB 995. To put it simply, not a single provision in this bill supports students or educators. From limiting our rights to negotiate for our contract that benefits members and non-members alike, to giving us only 15 days to negotiate said contract, I ask, why does this committee and legislative body continue to make it hard for us to do our jobs? Educators already have enough to deal with. Why add more? Take what you hear today to heart. Remember our names and faces. As your constituents, we ask you to hear us and vote down this bill. Thank you.
Lisa Dubrava, 34-year Lee County educator. As you know, there continue to be many financial challenges such as health insurance costs, affordable housing, rising grocery prices, rising car and homeowners insurance that teachers deal with every day. There's no question that both the members and potential members of Lee County benefit from the representation of having our bargaining agent, the Teacher Association of Lee County. This bill it's clear to our members they have chosen to keep our union. This bill causes my colleagues more harm than it is to help us. I'm asking that you all vote no on HB 995 because this bill does not help our teachers. We have other concerns. Our students come first. We advocate for our students, and I'm also here to advocate for my fellow teachers back home. I am an area coordinator for the Teachers Association of Lee County.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Shane Selesky, and I'm a teacher who lives in Stewart. I have serious concerns about this bill. Over the past few years since PERC has been established, most unions have shown overwhelming support. I can speak about my union personally, as I know I've had about 97% in support of keeping our union. But I'll also mention that over the last 2 years, I did not vote since they changed the rules where you have to mail it in. I wanted to vote. I support the union, but they make it very difficult. First of all, I don't own stamps. So I do all my payments electronically. I don't need to send any letters anywhere. So to make us go out and get stamps is not convenient. I have 2 kids. I work 3 jobs because teacher pay is not very good. I commute 2 hours. I teach in a different county because I can't afford to live there. So between all of that, it's still not an excuse for me to send it in, but you're making it really difficult for teachers. All right. So plus it's harder to vote in that than an actual election, right? On election day, you just show up and vote. Here you got to go get a stamp, fill out the card, send it out. They make it very difficult. In my opinion, I think PERC is just a waste of time and money, but this bill takes it too far. The majority over the entire bargaining unit is just insane. We don't even do that for our elections, even for judges. If we want to keep a judge on, it's not based on 50% of the electorate. It's based on 50% plus 1 of the vote. So keep that in mind. Please no vote on this bill. Thank you.
As you know, education is the most important tool that we have in our tool belt to create successful people, workers, representatives of the Florida Congress, state representatives, national representatives, doctors, nurses. And as an educator of 33 years, it's face cream, that's why I look so young. And I have been a member of my public union for more than 32 years. 32. I've served on the state board of Florida Education Association Governance Board. I've served on my local governance board. I've served on Minority Affairs Committee. I've served at the national level. I train at the national level. And that's all because my unions do it to create great educators that support children. A lot of the understanding that we get about how to become better educators is facilitated through our unions, believe it or not. My father was a union member of the operating engineers. He was a crane operator for 45 years. In other words, he built the I-95 from PGA Boulevard to Fort Pierce. And he said to me, Mikey, I need you to go to college. And I was the first person to go to college in my family. And immediately upon leaving college in the late 1900s, as my students call it, I joined my union. I willingly joined my union. I remain a member. As a public special education teacher, I spend a majority of my time trying to prepare for and do my job as a great educator. And I am a great educator, a teacher of the year, recognized by my union for doing great work for kids. I love football, go Noles, and University of South Florida. Enjoy the fact that the rules do not change. You run down the field.
Sir, your 2 minutes is up.
Okay. You run down the field from one end to the other, and when you get there, you get a point. Please stop moving the goalposts. And like Shane, my colleague, I didn't even know how to buy a stamp.
Hello, my name is Elizabeth, and I am a 5-year middle school teacher in Citrus County. We all in this room can agree that we want only what's best for Florida students. As a teacher, I have the privilege to work with Florida students every day, and I can tell you they are very remarkable. Florida students deserve the best learning conditions possible, and to obtain that means to create the best possible working conditions for our educators. Respectfully, House Bill 995 does nothing to improve these conditions. It does not retain highly skilled educators. It does not help educators to keep up with the cost of living, and it does not have any positive influence on our students' learning. The best way to support educators is by investing in long-term solutions to raising teacher pay, addressing staff shortages, and ensuring public schools in your neighborhood have the funding they need to succeed. I respectfully ask you to oppose House Bill 995 because it restricts our ability as educators to organize and advocate together for our students and fellow educational professionals. Thank you.